Hello everyone, a very logical day to all of you. So 19th April, see how the time flies. It's 19th April, Indian Express, first editorial that we are going to do today. That is the elemental challenge. Here the word elemental would mean, or you can relate it to elements, right? The basic 5 elements that we are made of. Let's see what this is talking of. So on Sunday, sunstroke attacks claimed the lives of 13 people who were attending a function at Kargav, Navi Mumbai to honor the social reformer Appa Saheb Dharmadhikari. Around 650 participants have fallen sick because of the heat conditions. So here comes a major cause of concern, the heat conditions, right? Which seem to have caught organizers of the gathering unawares. You can see I have highlighted the words to caught and unawares. So the phrase becomes to be caught unawares. That means the people were not prepared for it and it was a sudden thing. So the local administration had arranged water supplies, but most people could not quench their thirst because the water had become very hot under the blazing sun. Now you can see all the words related to the heat, right? Now quench is related to thirst, you can understand this, and a few days back we have discussed this word also, if a few of you can recall. Blazing sun, that means it is very hot. So now you can understand the meaning of the word blazing. The IMD had forecast a maximum temperature of around 35 degrees Celsius at Navi Mumbai. However, on the ground at the event site, it was about 3 degrees hotter than what the Met Office had forecast. Met is meteorological. Whatever it had forecast 35 degrees, but then it was +3. So the high temperature combined with humidity and exposure to the harsh sun increase the chances of heat stroke attacks, right? This paragraph would have the last line as a major point, and this part of the paragraph was the example of the incident. Let's see, and this is just the reasoning that they had said 35, but then it was say 35 +3 degrees Celsius. So it was so hot, so you get those words blazing, very hot, caught unawares, and the harsh sun. Coming to the next paragraph, large gatherings are almost quintessential to the country's social, cultural and political rhythms, but recent weather vagaries pose challenges for organizers and participants of these events that must be addressed at multiple levels. That means he says that gatherings are essential. So whether it is summer or it is winter, but gatherings for some or the other reason will still go on. For one, the country needs more observatories. Now they are coming up with a problem that, see, the bottom line is that there will be gatherings, right? Now what to do for these gatherings so that they do not, the common man does not suffer so much. So what can be done? First, the country needs more observatories that provide robust ground-level weather data. Mumbai's satellite towns, for instance, remain largely dependent on IMD observatories in Maharashtra's capital for meteorological information. On the fateful day, the organizers of the Navi Mumbai event reportedly relied on data from a station at Santa Cruz, about 30 kilometers away. So the administration had arranged for medical assistance at the site of the event. But many of those who fell sick did not seem to have sought help till their condition deteriorated. मतलब उन्हें पता ही नहीं होगा ना कि ये help भी है उनके लिए, ambulance वगैरह medical assistance है, right? So they deteriorated is also a word that you have recently done. The opposite of ameliorated. So deteriorate would mean when the condition worsens. So when the condition worsened, only then they went for help. Creating awareness, therefore. So on the basis of this point, the author says that creating awareness should be indispensable to building people's resilience. This particular sentence can make the main point of the second paragraph, because what he has said is that, see, those people did not know that there is medical assistance, right? Second, he says that the country needs more observatories. Why? Because what they need is at the ground level, they should be sure about, the word robust is there, robust ground level weather data. That means what exactly the temperature would be at a particular place. So they need more observatories, right? Ahmedabad's decade-long program could be a good example for cities and towns in the country. Now, if you apply PrEP, which we often do in our reading passages, this part mentioning Ahmedabad becomes the example of what? It becomes the example of the point that is creating awareness. So, ye raha P or ye raha E, right? So, Ahmedabad's decade-long program could be a good example for cities and towns in the country. In 2010, after a heat wave claimed more than 800 lives in the city, its municipal body sought the help of health and environmental experts to frame the country's first heat action plan, that is HAP. The project, launched in 2013, focuses on increasing public awareness, putting in place early warning systems, and increasing the capacities of the healthcare professionals. Experts believe that the city has avoided more than 1,000 deaths each year since the plan was implemented. So the whole thing of Ahmedabad becomes the example, as I said, repeating it, it becomes the example of the point that said that creating awareness should be indispensable to building people's resilience. So resilience means how they are going to bounce back, how they are going to come back to the normal. So first paragraph we understood here that temperature plus humidity and the harsh sun increases the chances of heat stroke attacks. Now what can be done? So second paragraph is giving you the solution or a suggestion of what can be done to actually suggestion, or with an example it is stating what can be done in such a condition. That said, that means what has Ahmedabad done? Wo ho gaya. So that said, HAPs can prove effective only. So here he comes up with a condition. Only if they are attuned to the local, cultural, ecological and economic characteristics and idiosyncrasies. Idiosyncrasies, now you can see that attune is to tune yourself according to. Idiosyncrasies, you can understand the word by idiot, sin and crazy. Right? So idiosyncrasies would be like being very eccentric, being whimsical, so unpredictable. जब चाहो तब कुछ सनक सवार हो जाना, तो वो सन की होता है. So idiosyncrasies जो होते हैं, that will be of the weather, the vagaries of the weather, उससे पहले कहा था ना. So local, cultural, ecological and economic characteristics and idiosyncrasies, that means you don't know what, where and how it is going to change. Today, more than 20 states in the country have such plans. However, as the Center for Policy Research study shows, why would the author use this study or the findings of the study? Again, to emphasize his own point. So most of these HAPs fall short of addressing the local context. They do list categories of vulnerable people, people who work outdoors, the elderly, the pregnant women, and families living in slums or poorly constructed houses. But their solutions do not focus adequately on these groups. Right? करते हैं, उसे cater करते हैं, पर पूरी तरीके से नहीं. Under-resourced municipalities lack the wherewithal to deal with the challenges posed by the elements. So elements means the basic things. What to do, where to do and how to do. So they do not have the wherewithal to deal with the challenges posed by the elements. There is now a large body of literature that warns about the increasing frequency of heat waves. The Navi Mumbai deaths should alert the policy makers about the urgency of equipping people better to deal with such challenges. So this becomes a concluding point of the author. So the very first point was that, see, these heat waves are causing deaths. If I go back here, the first point in the first paragraph was the high temperature combined with humidity and exposure to the harsh sun increases the chances of the heat stroke attacks. The second part of this passage was talking about that creating awareness should become indispensable to make the people resilient. How to create awareness was exemplified there. And then the third paragraph gives you that these deaths, the incident that has happened, should make the policy members or should alert the policy members that, see, equipping people better to deal with these challenges is of prime importance now. 3 paragraphs, 3 pointers you get, and that all combined together will give you the main idea. So that's at Navi Mumbai. Point 2, need to prepare better for heat conditions, decrease the vulnerability and increase resilience. Done with the 3 points here, with the 3 paragraphs, right? Because how to prepare better will be given with this example of Ahmedabad, what Ahmedabad did. Come on, now let us see the words that we have here in place. So to be caught unawares means without expecting something. So वो unpredictable हो जाता है, एकदम से आ गया, sudden. I was caught unawares. And something happens suddenly. Quench, you can use these words, sate, satiate, appease. And it is usually used with thirst. ये समझ लो. Blazing sun, very intense, very furious. So we had blazing sun, we had harsh sun. दोनों words use किए थे हमने sun के लिए. Heat के लिए अगर हम use कर सकते हैं तो scorching heat बोल सकते हैं. The scorching heat of the sun. Quintessential, you can relate it to essential, it already has the word. Then typical. देखो quintessential word में से अगर essential word मिल जाता है, and we have such a pair of words is called kangaroo words. This is a variety of questions somewhere. So kangaroo, GAROO, kangaroo words बोलते हैं इसको. ठीक है, क्योंकि quintessential और essential दोनों का meaning almost same है. So they become the kangaroo words. If I give you one more example, from the word devilish. Now if you guess the kangaroo word, you will get 2 words here, evil and devil. But then devil is not the meaning of devilish. Evil is the meaning of devilish. So you should have the same meaning, but this word should come up from the letters that make the bigger word. So devilish में हमारे पास letters हैं, evil बन सकता है, तो ये उसका kangaroo word हुआ. ठीक है, एक और example दे रहे हैं, observe. अब observe में से तुम लोग बोलोगे कि serve है kangaroo word. No, that is not the point. Why I am giving you here is to just it clicked कि ठीक है, ऐसा भी होता है क्योंकि quintessential में से essential word आ जाता है, पर ये जरूरी नहीं है कि वो ऐसा word बनता हो. It is only from the letters that you have to make and it should be of the same meaning. So observe का kangaroo word हो जाएगा C. We are using the same letters S, E and E. And the meaning is the same as observe. So C becomes a kangaroo word for observe, right? Come on, come to the vagaries now. Vagaries would be like impulses. Now whether it is the ecological impulse, whether it is a climate vagaries, right, or it is a heat vagaries, whatever it can be, the very quick changes you can say. So mood changes हो जाता है, तो mood vagaries हो जाता है, impulses, quirks. Robust is healthy, vigorous, sturdy, deteriorated. We have done this word also, depreciated, worsened and waned. Waned is to decrease, ये सब यही होता है. The worseness increases, but it decreases, that is. The health decreases. Deteriorate. Indispensable is something that is quintessential, right? The indispensable is something that you cannot do without. ये इसका simplest meaning होता है, cannot do without. So obligatory, requisite, essential. Resilience is to bounce back. Mumbaikars are resilient people, so they bounce back to the normal. कितनी बार floods होता है, terrorist attacks होता है, bomb explosion वहाँ, उसके बाद बहुत जल्दी लोग वापस normal हो जाते हैं. So bounce back, flexibility, pliability, that is resilient nature. Attuned is to agree or become accustomed to. Accustomed means used to. Idiosyncrasies, habits, quirks or peculiarities. Peculiarity is the simplest word. Idiosyncrasy का वो समझ सकते हो, right? And the word that I said कि वो सनकी हो जाता है, eccentric हो जाता है. In that way, that is the idiosyncrasies, the whims and fancies. So that's all for today. I hope you would write all these words and then yes, keep on revising the previous week's words. अभी वाले लिखते जाओ और previous week के revise करते जाओ. So you will be able to recall the words whenever you come across the words again. So you will know the meaning then, right? So that's all for today and have a logical day ahead. Thank you.